Good morning everyone. For today's reporting, I'm going to report about the risk management, risk, crisis, emergency, and disaster, and also about the creating risk management team and conducting risk assessment. Risk management. It means recognizing the possibility of injury, damage, or loss and having the means to prevent or provide insurance. Risk management for MICE must consider financial, legal, physical, and intangible risk. For simple explanation, risk management is about preventing the incidents like damage and loss before it actually happens. In events, the losses that we must consider in risk management are intangible risks like damage to reputation and other financial losses. Risk. It is the possibility that crisis and disaster may emerge. Crisis. This is an incident wherein no big chances of occurrence, but if does, it affects big to everyone. Example is withdrawal of share to a company or typhoon or any natural disasters. Emergency. These are the unexpected accidents that cause big loss and damage like incidents that required hospitalization. Disasters. These are accidents that cause big damage and loss like deterioration of equipment while the event is ongoing. Creating risk management program. This is the first step in implementing crisis preparedness, but our preparation should be different depends on the event that will be held. Creating a risk management team. At this stage, teams are assigned to enhance the preparedness when incidents occur. It is not only the security and insurance staff, but also the organizers itself should create and assign personnel that will be in charge of the security and safety. Conducting risk assessment. At this stage, the created team should brainstorm about the prevention techniques together with the stakeholders. This stage also tackles the cause and effect of risk occurrence.
Good day everyone, I'm John Dexter Dila and this is my report. Performing risk analysis. When we say performing risk analysis for the work itself, we're going to perform or discuss the list of risks that can happen in our event. It has a big effect if we determine the risk of our event. Event organizers should discuss the location, facility, and other services in our event. There are some risks that we cannot avoid, and these are some of the risk categories in each examples. As you can see in the table, there are three categories, which are the natural, human cause, and technological. When we say natural, it is a natural phenomena like typhoon, rain, flood, mudslide, earthquake, and many more. And when we say human cause, it is caused by a human like assault, no show presenter, no speaker, copyright infringement, theft, entertainer cancellation, slander, bomb threat, and many more. And last is the technological, which are the power outrage, the computer crash, data loss, or communication loss, or the last is audiovisual problems. The next is developing a risk management plans. Once the event organizer has determined or know the team that will write the plan. So after we discuss the risk analysis, the next thing we need to do is to write the plan. Next is summary and description of the meeting. It includes here the dates, duration, and set of activity of that specific event. This part is need to be brief in order for the team to not have missed details. Disclaimer only that this section is need to change with each event. We cannot, we cannot use it again in any other event. So we need to change it up. Next is when we say risk team and response team, this section includes the names and role of each member together with their contact number in order to communicate to them easily. Example is emergency response services like 911 or the general response team, which are the role of them is to save people in emergency, or other example is patrol 117 or the police. Next is emergency response procedures. These are categorized by cause such as natural, human cause, or technological. Note that this section needs to be written in a simple way in order to the people to understand it easily. This section includes the procedures on what we gotta do if that risk is happen. Next is facility information. This part is all about floor plans, evacuation routes, emergency exits, and location of emergency equipment for the work itself. Information where we know something from it. Next is communication list. Is a list of staff and the event organizers to easily communicate with each other. This section will need phone tree in order to immediately know who to contact in a specific risk. Next is, the last is forms and appendices. In this part includes the incident report form is a form to document all workplace illness, injuries, near misses, and accidents.
Providing mitigation activities. Contingency plans must be developed for the risks that need management. This may include reserving an alternative venue in case inclement weather prevent the venue from being used, or having backup speaker or activity if a keynote speaker does not arrive on time or gets sick. This also means being prepared to cancel an event. Two ways to mitigate some risk beside contingency planning is 1. To shift the risk to others, and the two popular ways is purchasing an insurance and signing contracts. Implementing the plan. The risk management plan can only be useful if it's accessible and if people are familiar with its contents. Key people both at the event and the back of the office should have copies of the plan. An incident commander or safety officer together with response team must be determined to be in charge of responding to all crises at the event.
For today, we discuss about the safety and health procedure in the event. Safety and health. As organizer, we need to consider the safety and health of a guest to feel them comfortable and to make sure them to enjoy the event. As a organizer, we need also to create a policy that can provide a peaceful event to secure the safety of a guest by help of our allies or our staff. The staff and security is the person has ability to control, monitor, and manage the crowd control of every person inside of the venue, and also to has ability to provide a first aid kit to the victim if have accidentally happen inside of the venue. Event safety memo is all about a policy letter of an event to the staff to be aware how to evacuate properly the guests and also how to handle the incident with a proper action. Reporting procedure is all about the form that can tell us a complete information or details of an accident in the event and also to report it to the authorities to know the damaged property and the injury report of each person or lost person, and to also to determine the system failure of the event. Normal operating procedure is all about the proper training of the staff in terms of safety and health of a guest. Because having a highly trained of a staff, it can be reduce the risk and it can be secure the safety of the guest inside of the venue. Monitoring and inspection. As organizer, we need to visit the venue if we have a damage, and to ensure this type of venue, we have the ability to accommodate a large number of population, and also to ensure that has a proper fire exit to make sure to provide a safety of a guest. Emergency services. All organizer or staff is we need to consider the safety and health of a guest. And as organizer is we need to cooperate to the authorities to make sure the peaceful of an event. And the authorities that we need to consider is the police. Police is we have the ability to control the people inside of the venue and also have the ability to secure our safety. And police is also have a ability to respond or make a emergency procedure if you have a accidentally happen inside of the venue. White fire brigade is all about the equipment in the venue that can use to control the incident. And as organizer is also we need to consider to provide a fire extinguisher or signage and fire exit to secure the safety of the guests. And lastly, as organizer of an event, we need to consider also the medical staff to make sure we have a respondent that can provide a first aid to the victim.
Welfare service, also known as social service. This service is either publicly or privately given with the purpose to support security and financial sufficient for an adequate standard of living. Some services to consider. Drinking water. This service should often available and supplied in all areas of the event, especially to areas of potential congestion such as the front stage area. Baby change. This service is mostly provided for the family-oriented. The event must organize service like this to be able to provide parents or guardians to have a private room with suitable furniture, supplies, waste disposal, and washing facilities to change baby's clothes or diapers. Lost persons or property. It is important to provide area that the guests can go if their belongings or someone have been lost. Meeting points. Signposted meeting points is essential to guide guests to their designated groups if they become separated on their original groups. Also, to avoid confusion among the participants. Information points. Events must assign staffs for this service, and those staffs must be knowledgeable about the event's information, inside or outside the event. Cloakroom facilities. Staffs who are assigned in this position must need to look after clothes, bags, and other items of the guests to secure the belongings and return it to the owner safe and okay when they leave. Traffic transportation management. These include developing, coordinating, and monitoring existing transportation operations, programs, and projects to streamline the use of roads. Consider the following. Number 1, event type, audience size, and profile. Number 2, anticipated number of vehicles. Number 3, existing transport links and the potential for enhancement. Number 4, existing parking opportunities for cars, buses, and other vehicles. Number 5, transport routes for vehicles, buses, trains, underground. Number 6, drop-off and pick-up locations for buses, taxis, and etc. Number 7, existing signage and the potential requirements for temporary signage. Number 8, the requirement for coning and parking suspensions. Number 9, temporary traffic regulations orders such as road closures and rerouting. Number 10, staffing. Who will marshal the traffic and the car parks and etc. Number 11, pedestrians entering and leaving the venue, congestion issues. Number 12, emergency access for firefighters, ambulance, etc. Number 13, traffic movement on site. Security and surveillance. This goal is to protect people and improve overall safety. It improves safety, security, and crime prevention in both private and public spaces.